Hey, comic book fans! Welcome back to another episode of Comic Book Geezers. I am Wild Bill, the Unknown Comic, and the founding father of the show right here is Pete Pardo, and we're going to do another episode of Inside the Cover with issue 30 of Master of Kung Fu, the continuing saga. If you saw the previous episode of issue 29.
That's right.
We're picking up where we left off. Take it away, Pete.
What's going on, guys? Thanks, Bill. Appreciate it. So this is part 2 of our look at the little 3-issue saga of Master of Kung Fu, the introduction of Razor Fist, one of his classic villains. And this is issue number 30. All right, so basically, if you remember back a little bit, I showed you how the last panel actually showed the first confrontation between these two, and then they just cut it off. They're like, stay tuned next month, right? Cliffhanger, got to buy the next issue. You want to see these two guys go at it. So that's exactly what you get here. And as you can see, it says, you want action? Okay, you got it. So this, like I mentioned in the last one, this takes a break from the continuing saga with Fu Manchu, and here they're going after a guy named Velcro, who is this notorious heroin dealer and all his minions, right? But as we'll see in this issue, there's a lot more to the story than just heroin. So here we've got a cover drawn by the great Gil Kane, but on the inside, we've got Doug Mensch, the writer, Paul Galassi and Dan Atkins doing the art and the inking, Artie Simic, letterer, Janice Cohen, colorist, and Len Wein is the editor at the time. So here, Gulf of Lions, just look at this classic Galassi artwork, very reminiscent of Jim Steranko. I mean, look at that dude. That's Steranko worship right there. But here you see Razor Fist in the back, so this kind of sets it all up. And here we leave it exactly where we left off. So this is a great panel right here. So you see this is actually the confrontation between Shang-Chi and Razor Fist is on that little bridge that goes over the dry moat surrounding the castle with all the starving panthers down below. So basically, Razor Fist says, you are a most skilled intruder. You have penetrated Mr. Velcro's security system to its final and most effective defense. My name is Razor Fist. Know that I shall spit upon your blood. And Shang-Chi said, a man blocks my path, but though I must not let him stop me. I have no desire to feel his forearm blocking mine. No, certainly not with that
sword fist.
He goes, know that my name is Shang-Chi. I must pass you, Razor Fist, but I do not wish to spill your blood, nor to dilute it with hatred. So there begins the battle, and this is classic Paul Galassi action here. It's almost like you've seen a film, right? So here's where we see...
Very good at depicting the action.
Yes, I mean, look at this. So, and this is such a great... So he grabs a couple of candelabras, right? And uses them as a weapon to fend off the
razors.
The razors, right?
Swords.
But then he's got the hot wax dripping on him. So Shang-Chi is like, oh, crap, my chest feels pain.
Better than getting sliced open.
Absolutely. So this page is, and I think you would really appreciate this, Bill. So this is perfect. So basically, they're kind of like at a standoff. And Shang-Chi now is trying to fend off the stabs from the razor. And he's actually, what he's doing is he's doing this. So as he puts forth, he's doing, look at that, 3D effect, right? He does that, but he tricks Razor Fist to stab him under the arm, and the razor goes right into the wall, which is right up here.
And then he gets stuck.
And then he gets stuck, right? So then Shang-Chi goes to use his momentum and hit him with a kick. And I want to make sure you see this, because this is actually really, really cool.
I have this issue.
Oh, you do? So you know. All right, so you know. Never mind.
I've got them all from 17 to 43, I think.
There you go. So while this is all going on, right? So we go back to the villain Velcro. We've got Nayland Smith and Reston, who are trying to, like I said, infiltrate, grab the heroin, because they want the objective here is to destroy all this heroin that's at the compound. So they're battling with all the soldiers and whatnot there. There's explosions happening everywhere. But meanwhile, the cocky Mr. Velcro is basically he's feeling pretty confident. They actually do overtake Reston and Tar. All right, so now what happens, right? But now we still get the battle going on between Razor Fist and Shang-Chi. Which is pretty neat. All right, but at some point, Shang-Chi overtakes him because, of course, he's got his Razor Fist stuck in the wall. Slams him in the back of the head. He goes down, hits his head, and what's his face? Razor Fist is actually knocked unconscious. So now he's got to go and find his two comrades and see what's going on there. So here they talk about how, so now, while all this is going on, you've got Nayland Smith and his group are like, they gave them a specific amount of time to go into the compound, do what needed to be done. They said, you need to be outside in X amount of time, otherwise we're going to leave without you, right? And they know that if they don't make it out in that time, that the mission went bad. So now Nayland Smith is like, well, we got to give him more time.
There is no time.
And the other dude is like, you know better than anybody else that once things don't work according to plan, you need to back
Abort.
out. And he's trying to give, it's like, no, we need to give them more time. So here we see the two guys who are now in prison in front of Velcro, right? So he's telling them what
I thought you were going to tell us the place is going to blow up.
Oh, that may be happening too. Right, so here Shang-Chi now is quietly, stealthily, like a cat, descending upon the area in the compound, exactly where they're keeping him, and very quietly trying to take out the guards that are around. So, and this is such a great, I love that pose right
it's
there.
So Bruce Lee,
it's so Bruce Lee, like absolutely it is. We're talking about this one right here,
who I believe inspired this comic.
Oh hell yeah. So basically, now he goes to free his comrades, and of course now this guy's got the whole place rigged, so the floor folds out underneath them. They go falling down. I'm like, all right, what's going on? Only to see that the floor fell out and dumped them into like the dry moat around the compound where all the Panthers are now descending upon them. So they do see a door that goes back into the castle. So Shang-Chi basically tells Reston and Smith to go to the door. I will fend off the Panthers, and they're all running after him, right? And again, great job by Galassi to show just how skinny the Panthers are, and you can see like the ribs. I don't know if you can tell here on the camera, but here you can see like the ribs of the Panthers are all showing, which they obviously they don't feed them much. They starve them for a reason. And but they do manage to pull Shang-Chi in through the door before he gets mauled by any of the Panthers. Not that he was afraid, I'm sure. And here's the big reveal of this issue, right? So now they have to go back inside because they haven't done what they needed to do. You forgot the watch. Forgot to blow up the heroin, right? So they see in another entrance where they get spilled down into another falling floor type of thing, and they notice that it's not really all about the heroin. Mr. Velcro is harboring an entire load of nuclear weapons. So,
weapons of mass destruction.
They have found them.
And the heroin is more like a front.
The heroin is absolutely
to fund the nuclear weapons.
Absolutely. So there you have it. And of course, another
bombshell cliffhanger.
Stay tuned for next time, issue number 31.
Damn it. They do that all the time. Doesn't matter what issue of Marvel you're buying.
That's right.
There's a cliffhanger because they want you to come back. It's a great sales technique.
In next issue, Razor Fist, a sleek lady and her panther, the missile machine, Armageddon -1, the most cataclysmic conclusion in the entire history of comics. Oh, I
don't know that.
I don't know about that, yeah. But
I like the missile machine. That'll keep me coming back.
And more. All in the Mind Center called Snowbuster. So, and of course, you got some cool shirts. I remember I always wanted one of these. I never got one when I was a kid. My parents would not buy me Marvel comic shirts. And I was like, come on, man.
You don't need that.
Don't you love one of these now?
You don't want that.
Nah, I got so many shirts. I don't need anymore. But anyway, that's issue number 30. The Hands of Shang-Chi, Master of Kung Fu, part 2 of a 3-part series. So stay tuned over the next couple of weeks for part 3. And till then,
click the like button if you like this video. That would help us out immensely. We appreciate that. Share this video with your friends that don't know about comic book users. That would help us out too. Cool, yeah. And click the notification bell so you'll be kept in the loop every time we have a new video. That's another way to help us out.
Yes.
Thank you for your subscriptions. If you haven't subscribed already, please do. If this is your first time coming to Comic Book Users, we thank you for being here. Click the playlist because we got a ton of videos. You can catch up, pack a lunch. There's a lot of videos there for you to go through. And as always, we thank you for your comments and we thank you for being here. And as always, thanks for watching Comic Book Geezers. We appreciate it. And if you love the comics as much as we do, come on back because we'll be doing some more Comic Book Geezer stuff next time.
That's right.
So we'll see you next time. I'm saying so long.
And I'm saying so long as well. Pete Pardo from Wild Bill. Take care, guys. See you in a couple days with more stuff. Bye-bye.
Bye.